When you think of NASCAR, a few things come to mind. The smell of burning rubber, the roar of an engine, and of course the avid fans. At the recent Chevy Rock and Roll 400, Richmond racing diehards were treated to all of that and more, as drivers prepared for the last race before the chase. Many fans came out to Richmond International Raceway to see who made it in the chase, but for one NASCAR fan, this is much more than that. This is physics. Dr. Diandra Leslie-Pelecky of the University of Texas at Dallas didn't consider herself a huge NASCAR fan. Like many people, she wondered what it is about cars running laps that is so entertaining to millions of fans. When one day she was flipping through the channels and she came across the Lowe's Coca-Cola 600 and became intrigued when out of nowhere a car crashed into the wall with no one around it.
And so I'm thinking, well, why would a car all of a sudden go into the wall? Didn't make any sense.
And what she thought would be an easy answer turned into a year-and-a-half research project, the results of which can be found in her book, The Physics of NASCAR. At a recent appearance at VCU, Dr. Leslie-Pelecky explained how the rules and laws of physics apply to NASCAR.
Because it's an opportunity to bring together people who are NASCAR fans and people who are interested in science. And a lot of people think there isn't a big intersection between those two groups, but in reality, there's a pretty good intersection.
Many fans don't know how intricate the sport really is. The physics of NASCAR breaks down the dynamics of racing, from welding on stock car chassis to the aerodynamics of drag and lift and everything in between. Now, to track like RIR, Dr. Leslie-Pelecky says you have to watch out for two things. In the turns, you have to worry about your braking, and you also have to worry about your tires. Driver of the number 6 AAA Ford in the NASCAR Sport Cup Series, David Reagan knows how true this is.
We have to pick a good enough pad to last us throughout the whole race, but is still grippy enough to stop our race car. So you have to, find checks and balances, in the make of the brake pad, the make of the rotor, what's good for 400 miles.
Dr. Leslie-Pelecky says another special factor at RIR is keeping your race tires cool.
And so how your tire pressure changes, the more laps the car makes around the track, the hotter the tire is going to get. And if you heat a balloon up, it'll expand. Tires do the same thing.
When you take into account the complexity of these cars, winning a race is no easy feat. There is one outcome that is for sure: NASCAR is nothing without physics.
You can't divorce science from human beings. And it's the same way, you cannot divorce the science of NASCAR from the people who do the science of NASCAR.
A science that these racers and physicists hope will take them to victory lane. For VCU Insight, I'm Alex Dinan.